I'd meant to bum around Europe for Christmas. The ceasefire looked like it would hold through the new year, but if that changed, it'd still be easier to head back on assignment from the neighborhood than D.C., assuming Eastern Europe was that hood. I've been restless lately. Usually a new assignment solves that, or a new country, new faces, new food, new views. I'd found a cheap room to rent in Moldova while I waited until the magazine gave me a new assignment. I'd had every intention of settling in to eat an obscene number of the local cheese dumplings and stream shows I'd missed between explorations of Kishinev and the surrounding countryside. I knew the restlessness well. I'd felt it growing up here. An impatience to see and do the next thing, a sixth sense that life was happening outside of my sleepy town. I'd been right. There is so much life outside of Creekville. But 4 years is a long time to have been away from family over the holidays. This year, with all the peace in the air, and after too many cheese dumplings eaten alone, I decided it was 4 years too many. I wanted the familiar charm of Creekville's Main Street, the over-the-top town traditions, smothering hugs from my mom, and an illicit Christmas cigar my mom pretended not to see my dad and me smoking out in the cold. I hated cigars, but I loved huddling in the far corner of the yard, us and my brother. I wanted Taylor, to see her, to make sure we were still good after the last time I was in town for Christmas. So I took a red-eye flight into Dulles, slept in my editor's guest room, and got up this morning to take the 2-hour train ride to Roanoke. From there, I transferred to a bus headed to Creekville. And 20 minutes ago, I walked from the depot at the end of Maine straight to Bixby's café. Taylor's place. She's as much a part of Creekville as my family. I look back and smile at her through the cafe window. She returns the smile and waves. I pick up my rucksack from where I'd leaned it against the corner of the building and hitch it over my shoulder as I walk the mile to my parents' place. Downtown Creekville during the holidays is the hallmark ideal of every small-town Christmas movie. I'd passed so many familiar sights on the way to Bixby's. The town square, where the towering tree bristles with ornaments and ribbon, but isn't yet lit. The pharmacy with a poster advertising the town production of A Christmas Carol. The hardware store with a display of elves committing mischief. The yarn store with hand-knit wool sweaters in the window. But it hadn't felt like home until Taylor jumped into my arms and immediately drafted me into her whirlwind of plans and overcommitment. I pick up my pace toward my parents' house, ready for another warm welcome. They come into D.C. sometimes when I'm there between assignments, but my mom is going to lose her mind when I walk through her front door.